Control. Okay, here we go.
Yeah, you did. There we
All
go.
right, guys. It's Bill Jordan here from Urbicon Studios, broadcasting live from the beautiful downtown Newark, New Jersey. Now, in case you don't know, Newark used to be a bombed out town, but they're bringing it back hard. And part of that effort is the arts, the culture, all that good stuff. And today I have a young man all the way out from California, Martin. I call him Martin, but how do you call yourself, sir?
Martin, but most now I came with a new name. It's Neutron.
Neutron sounds like some type of outer world character. What's that all about? How'd you get Neutron? What's that?
I decided I needed a new name. It just fit something. I matured, and something happened in my life where I started to decide, it's time to flip it around. And so I flipped my name around and it came up with Neutron. So I really like it and it's sticking. So
Yeah, it sounds pretty powerful. And Neutron, man, that's unique.
Yeah.
Has that
Very unique.
has that like comic book thing, the galactic power and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So tell me, Neutron, Martin,
Mhm.
how long you been, doing the art?
Since I can remember, I mean, I picked up a pencil and a pen since I was young, and just it was only natural for me to just take a piece of paper and just start drawing. But I never took any type of lessons until maybe after high school. Well, maybe high school. I did a little bit of lessons, took art class and whatnot, but never like a full on course. There was like an academy or a university. So basically, because I've been doing it all my life, but I never had the formal training or anything like that. I just had what I did, and my friends were always into it, like, hey, can you draw me this? Sure, that's
Oh
what
wow, that's great, man.
yeah.
So
That's what basically got. I mean, when I was in grade school, what really got me hyped was when my friends like, hey, can you draw? There used to be competitions between the people that can draw in our class, like who can draw this better, yeah.
wow, in grade school, that's fantastic, man.
Oh yeah.
So you won a lot of competitions?
Uh, I don't think no, I didn't really do any competitions. It was just more like between, the people that were, it was a group of friends. It was never like an official composition or competition or nothing like that. It was just, like, oh, let's see, who's going to draw this better, or, can you draw me this? I mean, a lot of the time it was the women because I would always just draw for the girls, like, hey, what do you want?
Yeah, right. So in other words, you had you had you had the jocks, you had the nerds,
Oh,
you had the artists, right?
yeah.
I got you. So you were getting in on the art tip, right?
Yeah. And then probably about a little after high school, probably about 25, I started getting the tattoo machine and started tattooing. And then a lot of people were coming to me, but I kept looking at my work. I'm like, man, there's just something missing. Something's just not there. There's
Mm-hmm.
something that I'm not considering. And then that's when it really started clicking into me, looking at, okay, why are these guys like Leonardo da Vinci, Michelangelo, all these guys are in the museums. Why are their pieces separate from everybody else? And why do people go to their, go look at their paintings, their pieces? And then I started realizing that it was actually composition. And then that comes first.
Well, how did you come across that discovery?
I started looking online, and there was only little bits and pieces. And what happened is I believe I came across a couple of Victor's videos.
Victor, who's Victor?
Victor Vargas at the Academy of Composition.
Oh, well, okay. Where's that located?
That is in Pennsylvania, I believe. It's an online meeting, so we all join up and talk about composition.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Well, like that seems to be pretty basic stuff. Anybody can do that, right?
Not necessarily. It doesn't look like it's very common. Maybe the 0.1% of the population knows what composition actually is, from what
Yeah.
I'm.
Okay. So what's composition, Martin?
Composition is to me, it's the message, and The medium is the massage. When I talk about the massage, I'm just talking about your, you know, whether it be a paintbrush or airbrush or a pencil, but the composition is what you're trying to convey in the message. What are your lines trying to tell? What is your curves telling? What is your picture saying? What are you trying to convey? What's the message? And how is everything constructed? How can I say this? How well is your composition in align with your message that you're trying to say? You know what I'm saying? Is it something that's very airy? Is it, you know, what's the emotion that you're trying to bring forth? You can do that with color, but there's no, it doesn't stand. It's going to only last for a little while. You know what I'm saying?
How do you know this is true? I mean, like, you make it sound so very scientific. I thought you artist guys just drew because you liked it and you did what came to your head and this came out like that because you're talented, you're geniuses. How's that? What do you mean?
I would say that it's intelligent because anybody can just grab a paintbrush. I mean, like for instance, and not to knock the guy, Pollock, the guy who just has, you know, splatters all over the canvas.
Oh, you mean Jackson Pollock?
Yeah, that's his name. There's a simple something anybody can do, and anybody can call that art. But was there intelligence involved? Was there direction? Was there intention? Were you trying to say something completely with just using the line and a curve?
So you're telling me that a line gives you intelligence, makes you intelligent? I mean, the way you use your lines.
The way you use the line.
Well, how can you give me? Do you have any type of examples you could show me?
Sure. Let's see. Okay, can you see that?
Oh yes. Oh yeah. Now this looks like a poster.
Mm-hmm. This is a 99.9% completed piece. So there's only a couple little tiny things to do left, but it's
Well, you just did this by freehand, right?
yeah, I guess, yeah. I did it digitally on a computer. I first started with a sketch, freehand. I actually started with a photo. So I took a photo of me with the photograph, and then I brought it into Victor Vargas's 7 Layers of Composition. And then we started working on, okay, what is you're trying to convey here? And he taught me how to basically use the power of thrust, the power of the horizontal.
Okay, wait, stop. What's this power of thrust stuff? What's that?
The thrust? Okay, well, when you see 2 bulls going at each other or 2 rams, what do you see? There's a thrust, right? That's, I mean, it's giving you direction. Where's your focus going?
So where's the focus in this piece right here? Can you show us?
To me, it's right here. You see the little pencil. Right there.
Okay, so that's the in the eye and the nose area, the forehead.
Mm-hmm. And if you want to be really specific, the eye.
So that's where all your action's taking place.
Yeah, so that's where the actual conveying of the message is directing you. It's composition.
Okay.
I want your attention here because this is very important. What's happening right here.
So what is the message of this piece?
The message to me is that moment when you just hit that moment of just bliss, when you're listening to a piece of music that just makes you feel so incredibly just invincible. I mean, you feel ascending. You're blowing out all the garbage, and you're just having this moment of just aha and just you know, you're just you're just great about everything.
Say,
you know,
it's like orgasmic, right?
Yeah, it's orgasmic. You know, it's just like it's a moment of bliss. you know, and
So
that's,
could you take me through the structure of this piece?
hmm
Like you have those, could you take off that red stuff and show me how you do it linearly, or how you have different directions, you have verticals, horizontals,
hmm
patterns. How did you use them?
So in the composition, uh, we first started out with the line right here to get the thrust. And you see a little bit of it right there. And then to get the horizontal, I use the horizontal here in the headphones, here, 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 to get you to this point around here.
Okay, I
And then
see. Okay. Hmm.
to get the thrust, you use these lines here, repeating lines.
Oh, I see. Okay, right.
Okay. So now the direction and even the curve brings you around here. There's a little bit
Right.
of a curve here. And there's horizontal, only vertical, vertical. And we added these a little later, these horizontal or the verticals, bring you back into the face.
You mean those diagonals, you mean?
Yeah, diagonal.
Right. Wow. This is how did you to be so precise with these calculations, with these measurements? How did you do that?
There is a layer inside the 7 layers of composition called the V grid. And in the V grid, it basically takes your sketch from inspiration, what I like to consider as more like the heaven. You know, it's very airy. You're just putting down ideas. And then what you do is once you got that on paper, you bring it into these V grids, and I call the grid Earth. You bring heaven to Earth, heaven on Earth. You know, it's now you're making it solid.
Uh-huh.
That's what it was to me, because now I was taking my work, my inspiration, and giving it ground. It was actually grounding it and putting it into the
It's
grid
sort of
and
like
making it
going in
usable.
between like the invisible to the visible, and this is that. Now, what are these grids anyway? What is that?
They are based on the root systems of, there is a root phi root. It's mathematical angles as well as, what else is there? The golden section.
I've heard of that. So in other words, you're using some type of mathematical scheme in these grids to lay out your work.
Correct. Yeah, it's very, I mean,
And you were saying you discovered that Da Vinci and Du Bois, this is what they did.
correct. And that's where I started looking at, like, okay, what is it that these guys are not, you know, telling everybody, or there's only a select few. And then I realized that these grids that they were making or constructing were a very kept secret. Like it was a big secret. Like they just didn't want other artists to know, like, hey, this is what I'm doing.
So,
And you know, there was always little like hints there, and there was books, but it really didn't come together for me until I came to the Academy of Composition, and then it just really started coming together.
so are you saying that these are things, is this something that people learn about in art school, this composition stuff?
I don't know. I don't see a lot of it, you know, because I see a lot of pictures of people who have gone to pretty good art schools, and it's hard to see now that I've gone through the 7 layers of composition. It's something I look for first. Like I'm now, because I know this information, there's a lot of things I just kind of like, okay, it's not what I thought it used to be. You
But I mean, what about these guys who do the photorealism and the representationalism? I mean, they must be, I mean, they look great. It looks perfect.
for now,
But I
but
mean, aren't they using grids as well? Because how else could they lay it out?
I'm under the impression that they're using the rule of thirds, and the rule of thirds is very limiting. That's
What's,
where
what's the rule of third for those of
the
us?
rule of thirds is what is it, three, no, 6 boxes, and then all it is just basically you place your picture in a box and put it on a line.
It's like if you have a landscape, you divide the landscape into three
Mhm.
sections.
It's a very basic grid. It's only got 6
Right.
squares.
Okay. And you divide the horizontal by 2, and that's
Hmm.
just 6. Is that how you do that?
Yeah, it's too it's very limiting to me. I was like, okay, well, there's obviously a lot more to what's going on here and how other people were using grids and not really showing everybody. So I'm like, okay, what's this little thing? I need to know what's going on. I need to know this little secret.
So now that you have this arcane, this secret stuff, arcane
Hmm.
knowledge, how do you see your art developing?
It's matured a lot. Like now I have direction. I know from the first to second steps. What do I want to convey? What is my message here? What am I trying to say? Am I gonna give it a dominant thrust up to the sides? Am I gonna go diagonal? What am I trying to say? Is it very airy? Is it earthy? These things are basically when you go through the composition, it's for me, it's like, okay, what is my message? What am I trying to say here? And
So,
that's
so you
something.
think you've grown uh, faster than someone else in your same level?
I wouldn't say faster. I mean, there's so much more to learn for sure. I'm never going to stop learning composition. That's something that's great about it is that there's so many opportunities to go with a piece and so many strategies that it's not just stuck at one spot. Okay, this is the only thing you're going to get. It's like, no, I get to take something that's very old and very unique and an inheritance and take it into a new format, a new technology, and bring it into something that's more like Illustrator, Photoshop, and actually start using an old technology with a new technology and bringing that together and then actually making something very beautiful and very pleasing to the eye.
Well, isn't that cheating?
Cheating? I
I mean, like,
mean,
don't
all
you
right.
don't
Is
you?
the guy that those cavemen when they didn't have a wheel, then they figured out a wheel is the wheel of cheating?
Well, yeah,
No.
that's cheating. We'd have to drag it as far, as hard, as long. It's cheating. Yes, that's cheating.
It's only cheating to those people that are bitter about it. They don't have the sight or the ambition to go ahead and advance themselves. That's all it is. It's not. There's no cheating. It's like, look, a guy that spends all day painting, and the difference between the guy that's on a computer and he's jotting it down is that there's no material mess. He doesn't have to sit there and pull out the paintbrush and get his hands dirty, but you're still applying the same principle.
Well, I mean, it's at the end of the day, it's an intellectual activity, right?
Yeah,
And so you're saying that technology, like the grids that Da Vinci used, was a technology. Is that what you're saying?
that too. Yeah, because Victor at the kind of the composition actually took the grid to another level, and you don't have to sit there for maybe months or a year just planning out your grid. It's basically print it out, put your sketch on top, and start going ahead and locking it in. Whereas before, who knows how long it took just to put the grids on the canvas and figure out what it is that they wanted to compose.
Well, I mean, like, didn't you like take your image size and didn't you like lay out the dimensions that you wanted with a ruler or something like that? Didn't you do that before? That's how you made your grid, right?
Yeah, that's how they did it. But when I came to it, when I was exposed to this technology, Victor had already put it on a piece of paper and already had it basically mapped out. All I had to do was just plug it in.
Paper, isn't that cheating? I should use papyrus.
Cheating. I don't know about that one.
Neutron, where do you see, what's your view about the art world in general?
In general, I like seeing a lot of techniques, but again, what separated those guys that were actually, mastering their craft? And to me, it was composition. And what I see, what we're doing here at the Academy of Composition is we're given opportunity to basically bring forth the torch and pay it forward to those people that have not been exposed to this technology, and share it and create basically a new renaissance. It's like, here comes composition coming out of the graveyard that most people don't even know, and opportunities for students to actually start composing.
I look on the internet and I look at composition, and it seems like composition is just where you place different things in your your image, like where you're going to place, say you're doing a landscape, where you're going to place the trees or the mountain. Is that composition or is that design?
I would say both, but not. It depends, like where you're trained. Is it classical or is it contemporary? Because contemporary is just blah, let's just place a tree there or do this, or because that's what you're feeling.
Well, what I'm getting at is, what I'm saying is this: is that it seems that placement of elements within in the image, the placement of the elements is what they call composition, as opposed to what you're talking about, which sounds a little bit more introspective, a little bit more precise. That's what I was trying to make that distinction.
Okay, yeah, it's more precise. It's thought out is basically what it is to me. It's definitely thought out.
So let me ask you this. So you have a view of the world, view of the art, and where is this place? You keep talking about this academy. I mean, how can people get in contact with this place if it's so good? I want to get some of it.
Oh, you got to go to theacademyofcomposition.com, and there are testimonies there and videos, and then you can call up Victor Vargas. I believe his number is at the bottom, and he will go ahead and talk to you about what it is you want to do at the academy, and he'll get you all set up. And
you mean I don't have to go through some type of like third party to get to him? I can get him directly?
Oh, you get him direct. Yeah, there's not even, you don't even just sign up for a course. It's one-on-one with Victor.
Well, let's say a friend of mine, I know a friend, the friend I'm talking about, I have a friend who he's an artist, but he doesn't know how he's doing. I mean, could this composition guy help me out? I mean, could I call him up and ask him about a few things?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Victor is definitely opening to reviewing your work and showing you your good spots and your blind spots. So that's definitely something he does, and that's something he did with me, and it gave me a lot of value. And once he gave me that, I already was committed. I said, yep, this guy's the real thing, he's here to help us.
Wow. Okay, so we talked about cheating. We talked about, what about the future of the art world? I mean, like, are we doing better, you think? Oh, I know what the question I wanted to ask is, what's the purpose of the artist in your mind? I mean, what is the artist supposed to do? Just make beautiful things? What is he about?
To me, it's bringing something better to the community. It gives you hope. It's like, okay, we're not just throwing images up there just to make things now. It's like there's intent. It's like, okay, this is what I want to speak. This is what I'm trying to say. This is what I'm trying to tell you, and share it. And it's gonna last a while. It's not just gonna see for a couple of generations. I'm not looking for that. I'm here to in it for the long run, to say. Definitely in it for the long run.
So so you're in the long run, and you'll be making. You have any shows coming up?
Next year for sure. I want to definitely get some more pieces going and have a complete show. Oh yeah, absolutely. And put some stuff in some competitions just to boost it up.
Have you been in any competitions?
Not yet, but this piece most possibly will be going into a competition.
What makes you feel so confident that this piece should go into a competition?
It's not about winning for me. I just want to see how does it weigh against those people that have not been taught in composition, and to show myself too. Okay, look, you really matured in your work and you're stepping it up, because I've never gone in a competition like where you enter and you're up against thousands of people. I've never experienced that. So that's something that
here's my question. Let's say your work is tight from a compositional standpoint.
Mm-hmm.
And what I hear you saying is, based upon composition, it should receive some type of attention. But let's say that the people who are scrutinizing the work, they don't know composition.
That's fine. I can't change their minds. Look, the piece looks pleasing, whether you like it or don't like it. That's not up to me. I gotta put what I do on paper. If you like it, you like it.
Oh, right. So the other guy who's not trained in composition, he says the same thing. You like it, you don't, you don't.
Yeah.
All right, cool. So now, anything else you'd like to cover today that maybe I overlooked?
Let's see. No, I think that's good. I think we covered most of it.
Well, in closing, where do you think? The artist today, where's his place in society? What is he? Like you have technocrats, you got political guys, business people. What is the artist? What is the role of the artist?
The role of the artist is to bring what your heart speaks and put it on whatever medium it is, whether it be paper or canvas or wood or cement. It doesn't matter what medium it is. To me, it's like that's what the artist is here to do, to bring beauty to the community, to bring something pleasing, bring back something that's beautiful. It's
Well, now, so the artist then is like trying to clean up a polluted area. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. Yeah.
Because you're living in a concrete jungle, and maybe the beauty's, maybe not too obvious.
Yeah, it's almost like there's so much noise you can't even hear the beauty.
Yeah, right. You can't hear the song from the noise. Well, okay, Martin, thanks for giving me this time. It's been a pleasure as always. And again, you're from the Academy of Composition that's located in someplace in Pennsylvania. And you give us that website again, please?
It's academyofcomposition.com.
And for those people who want to buy your work, how can they get in contact with you?
You can contact me through my Facebook, which you can just put in Nitram as the first search and you'll find me there. You see the redheaded guy right there? That's me. Click that.
And how do you spell your name?
It's Nitram.
That's Nitram on Facebook, the redheaded guy.
Yeah. And then if you're on Instagram, you can go to Nitram_design. And I'm there as well.
Okay.
And that's mostly my main hub right there. Instagram.
You're on Instagram mostly?
Yes, correct.
Okay, great. So I guess we got it all covered. Once again, this is Bill Jordan here broadcasting to you live from beautiful downtown Newark, New Jersey. The jewel of something I'm not sure, but it's coming back. Thanks again, Martin. Been a pleasure. Talk to you soon. Peace.
You're very welcome.
Ciao.
Ciao.